time we might have a little bit of fun. So we've got the 2 cord blocks, a strap, a bolster, a blanket, and just in case we get to this, I may be a little ambitious, but there we go. So just while we're waiting for everybody to get situated, to spend your time wisely, it's in the holy pose, the Supta Baddha Konasana. And we can either lay over the bolster, which is a cushier ride, and we're just waiting for people to get situated. And you can see I'm sliding my blanket up so that the blanket touches my shoulders and there's some real support underneath the back of the neck. Oh my Lord, this feels so good. The more advanced position is to come onto the cord blocks. And if you were to do so, girl, go like so. And if you had something to support those outer thighs, it really doesn't matter what, that's always a good idea. So we're just spending our time wisely while we wait for everybody to get comfortable. And this is a good time really to find your breath. So just close your eyes for a moment and start to breathe a little more deeply. Start to feel that breath move through the body. So slow, smooth inhale, slow, smooth exhale. Just start to feel the rhythm of the breath as it moves the body. Allow the body to move with the breath. So we soften the body, we let the body go, and allow the breath to start to move more freely through the body. This is a great way to begin a practice because we can start to climatize the body to this deeper breath, especially if we've come from a place where we've been wearing a mask. That encourages that shallow breathing. So allow yourself the privilege, the opportunity to take a deep breath, everybody. Start to feel those side ribs start to move so they are a little gluey. Start to feel how they start to open. Each little fiber, each cell starts to receive the breath. See if you can slow that breath down a little more now and feel that again, that armpit chest in the front of the body starting to lift. Feel the sternum, so that's the dot right here in the center of the chest. Feel that lift as well through the inhale. Take your time as the sides of the body start to open. And now follow all the way through that exhale. So we want to start to make that exhale the same length as the inhale. And it helps to soften that exhale as you come to the end of that breath to extend the life of that breath so that we can make that exhale just as important as the inhale. So we feel new life coming to the body through the breath. So visualize that new energy, that life of its own that comes to the body through the breath, through that inhale, and then start to feel how the body softens and lets go through the exhale. Take your time with that exhale, allowing each moment of that breath to connect into the next moment. So feel the fluidness of that exhale as you connect each moment of the breath to the next. Enjoy your breath now and see if you can start to slow that breath down even further by pausing at the end of each breath. So as you get to the end of that next breath, just take a moment to pause and linger. Follow that next breath as it naturally comes. Follow it, follow the breath, and then pause when you get to the very end of that breath. See if you can feel that sense of letting go. That lingering in that moment of stillness to slow everything down before you begin that next new breath. Breathe deeply. Let your body feel the breath. Good job, everybody. Let's slowly inhale and lift your knees up to center. Let's remove the support from the outsides of the legs. Gently roll over to the right-hand side. And let's come up now. We're going to continue with opening those happy hips in Baddha Konasana. So let's take the bolster and bring it against the wall. We're going to sit on this happy bolster. So I know we all like to spend a lot of time in that holy pose, but we need to work a little bit here. So we're going to come and sit. That's it. So take that bolster right to the wall. And now take your heels right to the bolster. Bring your feet together. And let's bend forward and scooch that buttocks right to the wall so you can feel that bone, that sacrum pressing into the wall. And then again, adjust the feet. Let's take the hands on top of the thighs. See if you can start to roll those inner thighs out. So I'm taking my fingertips and externally rotating the inner thighs. That's it. Just to help drop those knees a little. See if you can drop your knees down. And now the power of observation goes a long way. You can see the center. See if you can line your heels entirely up with that center so that you do not encourage the imbalance. So if the feet are over to one side, for example, if my feet were sliding slightly to the left like they were, that would be an indication that the right side might be a little bit tighter. So you want to start to work through those imbalances. And once you've been here for a few moments, you might feel that your sacrum is sliding away from the wall. So again, give yourself, so the tighter you get in, the better. Try and adjust those feet again and press those heels together, drop those knees down, roll those inner thighs out. See if you can press through those outer feet. Feel those outer feet. Start to work together like that seam of a book that holds everything together from the seam. So that's create that bond between the two outer feet from the very back outer heel. See if you can feel that back outer heel coming together. And then press through those outer feet. See if you can open and spread your toes a little. Pressing the shoulders now against the wall. See if you can feel a sense of sitting tall. So as you inhale, lengthen up through the creases of the armpit chest. pressing the wall. And now let's press the center of the sacrum into the wall. Press that center sacrum into the wall. Hopefully everybody's there. We've got the right shoulder blade and the left shoulder blade connecting to that wall. We feel that sense of lifting and lengthening as we press through the outer feet. But now we're working hard to press that sacrum into the wall. Press, press, press. Feel the breath, everybody. Let's spend a few moments as you press the center of the sacrum. Feel the inhale, lift the chest. So feel that sense of lift and length. Feel your side body on the right side get long. So on that next inhale, feel the right arm and chest lifting and lengthening. So pressing, pressing, pressing. The sacrum to the wall. And now see if you can press the right heel into the left heel. Press that right heel into the left heel. Feel a sense of that right thigh getting long now. Feel that right thigh get long. And the reason we're opening these inner thighs is also to create some space behind the backs of the knees. So if these inner thighs are tight, we don't want to pull on the inner knees and create an imbalance or rotation that is due to tight muscles. So press that right heel, and now here comes the big part. See if you can press the right side of the sacrum into the wall. Press that right side into the wall. Holy cow! Now let's press the left heel into the right heel. Press that left heel into the right heel. Drop that left knee down. Press that left heel into the right heel. And now press the left side of the sacrum into the wall. Left side of the sacrum. Good. Let's reach the arms up. Walk your arms as high as you can. See if you can draw your lower ribs in towards the wall. Lower ribs in towards the wall. Let's press the right heel into the left heel and drop the left knee down. Take your left knee down. That's it. So press your right heel into your left heel. Take your left knee down. Without lifting your left knee, press your left heel into your right heel and take your right knee down. Good. Good job, everybody. Shoulder blades to the wall, lower ribs in towards the wall. Press the center of your sacrum, girls. Center of your sacrum. Point both your thighs. Point your thighs so you can feel that energy run from the top of the thigh up through the kneecap. Drop your knees down. One more time so you can tell which side is tighter, which hip is tighter. Press the right side of the sacrum into the wall. Now press the left side of the sacrum into the wall. Which side feels happier? It's just an observation. That's all it is. We practice observing. No, one side is better than the other. All right, are we happy? See if you can just release and bring your hands forward. So press through those outside feet. Walk your hands forward. Drop your knees down. So we're spending time on this area, this is the pelvic floor, the #1 disease center for both genders. That's it. Drop your knees down. Very nice. And slowly lift up. The good news is, let's lift the knees up now. So it shouldn't be super easy to lift those knees up. And if you're tight, meaning you cannot sit with your legs straight and your lower back concave, then you're going to stay on the bolster. You may be happier on the bolster. That's just stay here. So we know that you're working because once you start to yawn, that tells me that you're breathing a little more deeply, because that's the response. That's the response we're looking for. So since you girls might need a little assistance, let's take the happy strap, all right, and hopefully I'll have glue, just so that you can start to educate your legs. So we take the strap around the feet like so. Just open your loop. Hopefully you have a loop. If you don't have a loop, then let me know. Call me over. Yep, that's it. So tighten that loop a little bit. Not too tight, but a little bit of space. And let's pull those feet apart. But when you pull, don't pull with your toes out. See if you can pull with your heels out. And let's start to pull those feet apart. And see how we start to intelligize those happy legs? So we just want to start to feel the legs. Push your legs and make them long. So reach out through your heels. See if you can feel your kneecaps lifting. Can everybody feel their kneecaps lifting? You see how I'm gluing the muscles in the kneecaps to lift? And I want them to join with the upper thighs. I want a lot of togetherness on these happy legs. Yes. So make those legs long. So don't worry about the strap for now. You can let go of the strap. Pull those feet apart so you can open and spread the toes. Good. So, good. See if you can press your heels down. See how that creates that sense of popping up? So that's how important the legs are. Because the legs will liberate the upper chest if you start to activate them. But we have lazy legs. I've been told by a teacher, my legs are lazy. And I'm an athlete. I was thinking she might have this one wrong. I was incorrect. I would just say that. So feel your legs. Lift those kneecaps up, ladies. Let's start by lifting the right kneecap up. Pulling the kneecap. The muscles of the knee are lifting up. We don't bend the knee. We want to feel the muscles engage so that the kneecap and the thigh are joining. And now tighten that thigh and push through the heel and make that right leg longer and longer. Make it longer and longer. Yes. And now what we do to the right, we do to the left. Lift the kneecap of the left thigh up to the knee. Right up to that thigh. So join these muscles, make that thigh tight. So it's called tightening the muscle around the thigh, is grounding that femur bone to make it stronger and stronger. Feel how the muscle is creating more and more energy. Can you almost feel heat happening inside your muscles? So the good news is that these quadricep muscles are the bigger muscles. The more we work them, the more calories we actually burn. Can you feel the sense of your under area opening a bit? So what you may notice is that the calves may be turning out a little as you pull your legs apart. See if you can roll those inner ankles out and feel the outer back heels. So that those outer calves don't stick out too much. Because we want the knees to be neutral. The inner thighs roll in, but these knees are neutral. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on. If you felt like you could come down by either sitting on a blanket or flat, but you must be able to have a lower back that is concave, and this is where we start our day here. Woohoo! That's full forward. That's full forward. Just see if you can take your feet. So we want to keep the action of the legs. So imagine that strap being there. Imagine pulling your legs apart, everybody. Pull those legs apart. Press those legs down. And that's again, lift through the armpit chest. So as you press your legs down, lift up, pull up, pull up. The more, yes. Can you feel that? So it's the opposite of what you think. When we collapse like this, nothing's happening. So everybody release and feel the release. Just relax and release. See how when we relax, nothing's happening, right? So let's lift those kneecaps. Let's make those legs long. Make them long. Let's press those legs down and pull up, lift through the armpit chest. So we want the sides of the body to get long. That's the sides of the spine. Pull up. That's it. Good job, everybody. Good job. Very nicely done. Pull up. So inhale, lift the armpit chest. Now on your exhale, see if you can draw your lower ribs into your body a little and lift a little taller. So if you couldn't grab your feet, no biggie, no biggie. We take our happy strap as long as the arms are straight, because we want to feel the sense of those creases rolling up. We want to feel that collarbone open. Good. Good job, everybody. And now let's fold forward. See if you can hinge a little, just feel a nice stretch. Fold forward. Try to draw your shoulders down and back so that the sternum is still reaching forward. So the armpit chest is still reaching forward. And you can see how my outer feet want to come forward because the insides of the legs are tight. So again, that can be another reason for the strap. It can help if you can't grab your feet. So I'm grabbing the outer feet and I'm pressing my thumbs to my big toe knuckles. And what happens when you do that? See how the quadricep muscles start to engage when you reach through your big toes? Now look at those fourth toes. See if you can widen the fourth toe away from the pinky toe. Press those thighs down, lift up. Good job, everybody. All righty. Let's release. Oh, let's bend the right leg. Good job. And let's open that left leg out to the side. And just slide that left hand down to the outer left leg. So again, if it's here, it doesn't matter. But try and keep the arms straight and roll the crease of that inner left elbow up so that the shoulder doesn't go like this. I live like this. And you'll have neck problems, right? So we want to lift the chest, lift the sides of the spine. Let's reach the right arm up and over, just for that initial stretch. Good. See if you can straighten your arm. Good. That's it. Now, if you bring your left arm and elbow to the inner left thigh, you can get a little leverage by pushing that left elbow into that inner left thigh, dropping that left shoulder down. Make that left leg longer and longer. And let's open that right elbow a little bit and stretch that right arm a little further towards the front. Inhale, lift the sides of the body. Exhale, lift even further by pressing the back of that left thigh down. Breathe, everybody, breathe deeply. It's intense, isn't it? So let's slide that happy leg forward and just bend the right leg. So at any time, if you feel that you need a little height, sit on a blanket. This would be an example of a little height, if you needed it or not. Okay? So let's reach that right arm up and just lift the right arm up. Feel the length through that right side as you bend your right knee. Sorry. Bend your right knee. Good. Just lift that right arm up. Right arm. The other right. Wait. No, Joe. I don't know. You got it. Okay, lift, lift, lift. See if you can press through that right foot. Push through that right foot. Let's try to straighten the arm. I know what you see is core. Can you feel the core working? Make that left leg long. Everybody's doing a great job. That girl, bend your arm. So you want to really engage that Achilles. Reach through that heel. And then let's come forward. Let's just come forward and see how far you can reach that foot. Feel the stretch here. So drop the shoulder. Try to roll the crease of that inner right elbow up. Let her girl. And if you ever need a strap, having a loop, see this? It gives us a little bit of inches, just a few inches. And then you grab the loop. That girl. Yeah, you got it. So it's easy to grab a loop. Press that right foot down. Inhale, lift the chest. Lift, 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 lift. I know, these are tough ones, aren't they? But really what we're doing is we're getting into the liver, the pancreas, and the spleen. These are really areas all in here that don't get a lot of activity. Not to mention the right side of the spine is getting a really good stretch, right? Okay, so this is how I start. Don't worry so much about the binding. You can see how tall my shoulder is in comparison to my knee. Some people may have a knee that's right up here or not. So we don't have to just dig that, take that elbow and dig it. Yes, it's like digging. Because at first you're here, right? And then use that leverage and try and get round. Try, yes. And if you can easily get round, great. And start to push that shin. Does that feel great? Yes. So let's add the breath to it. Let's inhale. Feel the lift up. Feel the lift up. So when I'm away, I notice, first and foremost, the super seniors, we drop our heads, right? We look down. So don't look down. We've had enough down. We need a little up. Don't you all think? Yeah. So press that foot. Feel that stretch all through that right side. Try and get into that pancreas area. It's an important area. The liver. Another important area. Give that liver a little massage. Good. And then let's release. Oh. Let's take that leg and give it a hug and see if you can lift up again. Lift up. That's it. So press that right foot and lift up. So sometimes when we start to open the body, we can come down. But don't be afraid to give yourself more height, and then you can always come down as opposed to we're here, and it's a battle, right? So hug, hug, hug. And then let's take that right hand behind, left hand onto that shin. Keep that leg in, and that's lift, enter. Inhale, lift the side body, the armpit chest, the sternum, the back ribs, in the back body. We're opening the chest. We're gazing to the right. We're making that left leg longer and longer. So feel that left kneecap lift. And press that left thigh down. You'll feel a sense of lifting. Breathe if you can. In all sincerity, give it a shot. That's it. Good job, everybody. Slowly come back. Good. And now let's take that happy foot, keeping the left leg straight. Let's lift the right leg up. That's it. So if you're here, that's okay. That's okay. If you need to, take a strap. You can be here. But try to get the arms straight so that you can draw those shoulders down and back and lift tall. Yeah, lift tall. See if you can see I've got a bend in my knee. So I'm working towards lifting the kneecap. I'm using the muscles in the front of the body to support and strengthen the knee. I'm lifting the kneecap up to the upper thigh. I'm making that right leg longer and longer, lengthening through the Achilles, lifting through the armpit chest, looking ridiculously happy, everybody. Because you're going to walk out of here feeling 10 years younger. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. Look at me, I'm 95. No, I'm just joking. I'm 95 before I do the yoga practice. That's the truth. All right, just a few more secchies here. Try and lengthen through the inner ankle. That's the instep of the inner ankle. Make it long and open. And then let's bend that right knee. So you can start by taking the ankle on top of the thigh. If you could get the heel right up, super duper, and drop the knee down. So you see how I'm taking the ankle, not the foot? That's it, and I'm just lifting it up. You got it. Right up, because eventually we want this heel into this organ here, because when we start to fold, this gives that inner area a nice little massage, right? Maybe we're here. But try to flex your foot, because this will engage the shin and protect the knee. Good, good, good. So we lift up, lift and lengthen, lift and lengthen. See how we go. See if you can fold forward or not. Good job, everybody. Flex the foot. I know it's a tease because it's easier not to flex the foot. I know. I'm the champion cheat asana girl. Yeah, I found every way to go around, but what you find is you have to go back in the end. So that's the reality. So feel that left thigh, kneecap lifting and joining, make the left leg long, and we're hinging over that left thigh. Lifting, exhale, lifting as well. Lifting and lengthening through both breaths, both the inhale and the exhale. Good job. All right. Let's lift that leg. So you see how I'm lifting up? And I'm just sort of giving it a little wag here, because we would eventually want to take this leg back. We'll see. But just see if you can take that leg back like this. We'll see what happens in a minute when we get to that part. That's it. Just open it. You got it. So you know how they joke about taking your foot behind your head? No kidding. All right. No kidding. All right. So let's all come down. Let's take that leg down. Me at the left, and what we do to the right, we do to the left. So let's open the right leg and just bend your left knee. So again, just do what you can. Grab your foot. If you, again, aren't quite there, you can always grab a loop, right? But try and keep that shoulder so it isn't up near the ear. That's my challenge. So drop the shoulder, roll the crease of that inner right elbow up. Make that right leg long. So start to make it long, long, long. Start to connect the back of that leg to the floor by pressing the back leg down. So see all that space underneath the back? You You there in the back there, girlfriend? Make that leg long. So that that space starts to go away. If you're hypermobile, obviously you need to be careful that you don't live in your ligaments. And let's inhale, lift that left arm up. And exhale, take it over to that right foot. That's it. Woo-hoo-hoo. And Allie, feel free to grab that rope. If you took that arm back, and walk your hand. There we go. Nice job. Nice job. So try and keep the left elbow high. So make the right leg long. Inhale, lift both of the sides of the body. So feel the armpit chest get long. Let's take the right elbow into the inner right thigh if you can, so that you get a little leverage. And then see how it helps to open that sit. We're going from the lateral side body. It's not easy, right? Not easy. I know, y'all feeling it? I think so. Yes. Left arm over, over, over. Make your right leg long. Look ridiculously happy, at least in the inside. You'll neutralize all those nasty chemistries like cortisol, all negative things. It neutralizes it if you look ridiculously happy inside. All right. Next exhale, let's slowly come. Ooh-wee. Oh, that got way too long. Let's bring the right leg forward. And bend the left leg. So, well, this is on the more beginner side of stretches, but when we haven't done them for a long time and we hold them, they're always intense, right? All right, so let's find the length. So the more you yawn, the more you should allow your jaw to open, even because if your central nervous system is responding nicely and you're starting to yawn, encourage that opening, because it's the opening of the central nervous system as opposed to closing and hibernating or coming out. I know. It's tough work, right? It's harder than it looks. So I feel looking ridiculously happy. So a side alignment, that's it. So one more time, press that left foot down. Press it down and lift and lengthen. Oh, and then let's come forward here. Just come forward as far as you can. So you see I've got my right hand and I'm using the leverage to push me forward. I'm hanging on for dear life. I'm trying to roll that crease of that inner left elbow out. Make your right leg long. And start to feel that left side of the body. So these are your balancer muscles. They're so important. They're what help to bring the spine into extension. So we need to stretch and strengthen these side lateral muscles. All of the muscles that wrap around the spine like a girdle, those side transverse muscles. We need to get into the space, the intercostal area of the ribs. So these are all really important areas. And you can feel how just breathing is tense. Because there's a lot of tension. We don't do a lot of movement in this area. But it will make you feel like $1 million. You'll start to feel loosey-goosey in comparison to when you started. All right, let's go for a little digging. Let's try and wrap that arm around and dig. So if you're here, that's okay. Still, you can still dig, drop the shoulder and pull, right? And pull, and pull. And then we go around and just feel that nice resistance between the shin and that upper armpit area. So again, that's the top part of the spine. So feel the chest lift. That's it. Breathe, 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 everybody. Breathe deeply. That's the ticket. Try to drop your shoulders and lift up. Lift and lengthen. It's going to help those shoulder blades. You know how they start to lift? We can almost feel the shoulder blade area on the outer shoulder blade. It's really quite a miraculous way of getting into the body. All right, let's slowly release. Let's just give ourselves a hug around that shin. Lift and lengthen. Make that right leg long. That's it. Hug, hug, hug. Lift and lengthen. Tall, tall, tall. So we're using the core and we're getting a deep stretch in here. So being able to join the thigh to the chest is an important movement because if you can't, one day you won't be able to tie your shoes. And it's happening earlier and earlier. I'm seeing it when I'm down south. So these are just simple movements, and I lose them as well. Take your left arm back and your right arm. So try to open the collarbone area, lift the chest. That's it, and turn. Try to drop the shoulders, that's it. So feel the breath, everybody. Let's breathe together. Let's slowly inhale, feel the armpit chest, press the left foot. Press the right leg, lift up, and then on that exhale, gazing to the left. So the spine must be in extension to safely twist. Make your right leg long. And then let's slowly release, looking forward. Let's take that left foot. Lift that left leg. Here we go. That's it. So the hamstrings really are everything. They're so important. See if you can straighten the leg and let the hip drop. So even if you're here, you want the leg straight so that the hip can drop down. That's it. Get some space down in here. This area of the spine is right down in here. That's it. Lift and lengthen. Good job, everybody. That's it. So don't be afraid to give yourself a little love, which means a little length, you know? But it's a bit harder. It is. Because once you can hang onto the foot, it's easier. That's it. So you've got one side that's distinctly different from the other. So just observe. Yes, just observe. Well, you know, when one side, when you know that, for example, my right leg is considerably tighter than my left. Right? So I can lift the left leg like so, and I cannot do that with the right. So I know that the right side is tighter. So we just observe, because it helps to start to understand what's going on. All right, let's bend that left leg and see if you can take that left heel here or here, but keep the foot flexed to engage the shin. Heel right up if you can get it in. Open those toes and let's hinge over. That's it. So again, grab that strap. Because it's nice to feel the stretch up and through here. But you want to have the shoulders dropping down away from the ears. There we go. Press that right leg down. Lift up. So lifting up is harder, right? And we don't want that upper thoracic spine, all the muscles in here to atrophy, because this is what happens. People one day cannot lift up. They cannot. Because all these muscles have contracted and shortened. All of these have gotten long in the back, and they can no longer go like this. And you can see I've worked pretty hard because this would be my natural posture. And then you have to be careful not to poke your ribs out too much, and so it goes. And I hope I'm entertaining y'all. Holding you here. All right, good job. Okay, so let's start to come out. We're going to take that leg just like before, and see if you can just give it it a little. So eventually we want to take that leg back, right? That's where we're going, because if we were to take the foot behind the head, if we were, basically again, it's this leverage. Yeah, exactly. We're just moving it around. That's it. So important. And then let's take that leg back to meet the right. So this is where you might or might not need your strap. Let's roll forward again. Let's see if we're making any headway. We're making headway because we haven't even done a downward dog yet. So good job, guys. But this is important, right? This forward folding is important. Try and spread through the backs of your thighs. Just spread through the backs of your thighs. That's it. That's it. So here we are. If you can grab your middle and index finger around your big toes, do so. You might need a strap, okay? You might or might not need a strap. So if you need a strap, take that strap around the left, so wherever you are, and then let's lift the right leg. Let's bend that knee and take it back. So here's that side body again. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Take it back, lift the knee. This is bow and arrow pose. Cool. Do you feel the nice stretch? Good job. Let's take that leg back. All right, when we do one, we do the other. Let's lift that leg. So if you know you need the strap, because you can't reach your foot, you can always bend the knee like so to get there, right? And then here we are. Try and take it back. So again, it's core muscles and flexibility. Right? I know. That's it. Go, go, go. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then let's release. All right. Let's cross our ankles here. We're going to just bring our hands onto the bolster if you're brand new to downward dog. If you're not new to downward dog, just bring your blocks equal apart from the center line and bring your hands to the edge of the block. So either one is fine. If you were super, super tight, you could even take your bolster on top. And you see, this gives you a lot more space and opening for the outer chest. If you were super, super tight, this would be a way to go. But let's just take our hands, let's tuck the toes, lift the hips, that's it. So everybody, please look at your feet and turn your outer feet so they are parallel to outer feet. And now let's come up onto the balls of the feet and lift your heels as high as you can. Press to the balls of the feet, lift your kneecaps up, roll your inner ankles out. And let's take those outer heels down, lift up through the kneecaps, lift up through the upper thighs, drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Let's lift the right kneecap up and press down through the outer right heel. So without lifting that right heel, let's lift the left kneecap up and press down to the outer left heel. Lift your belly, lift your hips up. Lift your hips away from your heels. Shoulders down, creases in the inner elbows are rolling up. Very nice, everybody. See if you can soften the body now. Breathe deeply, enjoy the pose. Lift those kneecaps. That's it. Open that central nervous system. Lift your hips. Press your outer heels down. Lengthen your toes forward. Good job, everybody. And now bring your hands to the floor and you're going to grab your happy blocks. And I'm just going to do this from the side so y'all can see. So if you cannot bring your hands to the floor, then you really need your blocks. Because the first thing we do is we turn the outer feet so they are parallel. The toes will be turning in, and then we stack the joints. So let's try and get our hips on top of our knees. This is the most important thing you can do for yourself. And if one foot is slightly forward than the other, reposition the feet so the outer feet are truly parallel. Truly parallel. The outer heels cannot be coming in. The toes are turning inward so that the knees are also slightly neutral. Let's look at those joints one more time. So the hips are on top of the knees are on top of the ankles. Now see if you can just lift your toes without taking your hips back. Lift your toes, that's it. Lift those toes, ladies. And now see if you can feel a sense of lifting your kneecaps with your toes. So press your big toe knuckles down, feel those kneecaps lifting, those thighs lifting, all of the quadricep muscles are lifting. And our hips are not behind our knees and ankles. Let's release and lengthen the toes forward. Roll your inner ankles out so that those knees become entirely neutral. They should not be rolling in. They should be heading straight forward like headlights. So roll your inner ankles out, press hard through those outer heels, lifting through your kneecaps. So press through those outer heels. Now feel your inner thighs drawing in towards each other and back. Breathe deeply, everybody. See if you can walk your hands in towards the back of your feet without taking your hips forward, without taking your hips back behind your heels. Try to walk your hands back. Very nice, everybody. So straighten those legs by lifting through those kneecaps. Let's bring the hands to the shins and reach the heart forward. So reach the heart forward. You can see how I'm trying to roll the creases of the inner elbows forward and drawing my shoulders down, down, down. Roll those inner ankles out and press hard through those outer heels. Press through those big toe knuckles. Lift those kneecaps. One more time. Let's fold forward. Let's take the right hand to the outer left leg. That's it. Pull that right elbow to the right. Drop that right shoulder down away from the ears. Good job, everybody. I think you all feel your hamstrings later. Let's release. Take your left hand to your outer right shin. Pull that left elbow to the left. Drop that left shoulder down away from the ear. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Drop that left shoulder down away from that left ear. Pull that left elbow to the left. Good, everybody. And then let's fold forward one more time, hinging over those thighs. And then keeping those legs straight. Let's slowly come up. Good job, everybody. You starting to feel your outer buttocks cheeks draw in? Those are the glutes that we need. Otherwise, the hips get so weak. Okay, guys, really good job here. So just before we do the chair, we're going to do a tiny little bit of opening for the shoulders because it's important to integrate. So let's just start by taking the right hand to the wall. Notice how I've got a 90-degree angle here in that armpit area. And my feet are together, they're heading straight forward. And then we're going to just, that's it. Look at your hand and try and open the fingers apart. Look straight ahead, take your left hand behind and just walk it up the back. That's it. Pressing the back of the hand into the back body. Let's drop the shoulders and tuck. So tuck your pelvis, scoop your pelvis in and under without bringing your pelvis forward. So we don't want to take the hips forward. We want to have the thighs back, inner thighs back, and then we tuck. Drop your right shoulder down and straighten the elbow as best you can. Now this upper forearm rolls back. It's an external rotation in the upper forearm. So feel that upper shoulder roll out, externally roll out. So spread your fingers, press your palm to the wall. So I'm going to give you a little adjustment because this is so important. Can you feel how different this is? Just look straight ahead. Drop your shoulder. Can you feel that? It's quite shocking. Yes. So these are all the muscles and ligaments that are starting to shorten. And then we've got carpal tunnel. It's just muscle shortening. So try and spread your fingers. This is old age. This is the claw, right? This is old age. One day you will be able to open your fingers. So spread those fingers, roll that upper forearm out. Now the bottom of the forearm rolls in. Just try and do those two opposing actions. It's a double action. Let's release the arm and just move from the upper shoulder. That's it. Good job, you guys. I know. But you'll feel better. You'll have less tension in your shoulders and neck because this is where it starts, is right in the fingers. Fingers and toes have more muscles and nerves than any other place in the body. Over 50% of them live in the hands and feet. There's a reason. This is where age begins. So take your hand and turn it to the side. And let's do the same thing. Just do your best. It's always a rude awakening, I know. So drop the shoulder. So feel your inner thighs drawing back, but tuck without taking your pelvis forward. Drop your shoulder. Feel the breath lifting through the armpit chest, the sternum, and the back of the body. Feel your inner ankles rolling out as you press through those other heels, kneecaps lift. And let's release. So what we do to one side, we do to the other. So take that left hand, find that 90-degree angle. Spread your fingers as best you can, and then take that left shoulder down, 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 down. So that is just working itself. Just try and drop that left shoulder down, and now roll that upper forearm out. Externally roll that upper forearm out. It's an external rotation at the top, and the bottom of the arm is rolling in the opposite direction, inwards, to help press through the index and thumb area to create some opening in the wrist. Let's turn the fingers out to the sides. That's it, ladies. Good job, everybody. Now get that hand and spread those fingers. Drop that shoulder down. Roll that upper outer arm out. Let's breathe deeply here. Slow, smooth inhale. Feel the whole body get tall from your heels. Press your feet, lift your kneecaps. See what happens when you lift both your kneecaps. See how the body starts to get tall? Lift those kneecaps. Good job, everybody. And let's release. And turn. Turn from the shoulder. every day. So on your left leg, so it's heading straight forward. Let's bring the right foot onto the chair. And you can see my right heel is right about where that big left toe knuckle is. So we don't have the foot behind. Just line it up on the axis. Good. And that's simply fold forward. So there's a lot that can take place when we start to fold forward. Try and keep your hips, your knees, and your ankles aligned. Let's take the hands behind the back of that left thigh. Now coming forward, you can press the back of that left thigh into the back of the hands. Try to lift that left kneecap up. Roll that inner left ankle out so that we don't stick the hip out. So roll your inner left ankle out and press hard to that outer left heel so we can also draw that outer left buttocks cheek in. We don't want to have the head of the femur bone sticking out. We don't want to wear away at the head of the hip. So outer left buttocks cheek draws in. Feel that work as you lift that left buttocks. You can fold a little further and just find that area where you feel binding, softening that area. See if you can soften that area where you feel tension. Slowly come up. Let's reach the arms together, press the palms together. So do your best to press the palms together and straighten the elbows. Do your best to drop the shoulders down and without lifting the shoulders, lift your elbows to your hands. Can you feel the work coming from the leg even? So drop the shoulders down so you're not using the neck muscles to get tall. Press the palms together as you lift your elbows to your hands. Feel that outer left buttocks cheek drawing, that left thigh draw back, so that left leg is super strong, right? So this is where we start to test the strength of that pillar, that left leg. See if you can come up onto the ball of the foot. Maybe lift the leg without shifting your weight. Lift the leg so it's all here. Do you feel that work? Yes. That's it. Good job, girls. Come on. Because eventually we're taking in. All right. Let's bring the foot down and just reach the arms up. Flex your hands. Push out as much as you can. Drop your shoulders down. Drop your shoulders. So now lift through that left kneecap. This is the work now. Lift through the left kneecap. Lift through that left kneecap. You can see I tried to give it a shot and lift the right leg, but I can feel myself shifting, right? So lift that left kneecap. Push through your palms. So flex. Let's turn the palms up. That's it. Reach through your fingertips. Stretch. Open your fingers. Make those fingers strong. Okay, I'm coming over to make those fingers strong. Yes, I am. That's it. Do you feel the difference? Yes. For you especially, I use small hands and wrists. And this is where the trouble is here. Can you feel that? Yes. It's quite a rude awakening. That's it. Okay, where was I? So we're lifting through that left kneecap, right? Good. See if you can take your right hand to your right foot. Is you get a cramp? Do you have a cramp, sweetie?
No, it's tangled.
Yeah, cramp in the calf. Okay. And let's bring the right foot into the inner left thigh. And let's reach the arms up. Point that right knee. Okay, just walk around too. Feel free to walk around. Cramps are that signal in the body. They're like, get out of the pose. That's how I read it. It's not a soft cue, it's an order. Point that right knee. So we're dropping the right knee down, we're dropping the right hip down, we're tucking the pelvis in and under, lifting that left kneecap. Good. Reach the right knee forward and see if you can straighten. And release. Let's fold forward, everybody. I know. Fold forward. It looks so easy, this stuff, doesn't it? Fold forward. That's it. Try to lift your kneecaps up, girls. Lift those kneecaps. And then what do? We thank God we only have two sides. Let's come on up in the flat back and then slowly come up. Good. Very nice, very nice. Just reach your arms up. Good job. And then let's take that happy chair to the other side. So there's no rest for the weary here, right? But we're primarily doing the same thing. Can you see we're just doing the same thing over and over from a different vantage point? Move down the floor, we're lifting the leg. It's the same thing. All right. So let's reach the arms up. Just reach your arms up. Lift that right kneecap up. So again, the right foot is heading forward. The left heel is in front of that right big toe. So feel the tallness in the body. Feel as though you're getting taller and taller. Can you feel the muscles starting to engage everywhere? And let's take the hands behind the back of that right thigh. Stack your hips. So don't have your hip way behind that ankle. Try and bring the joints so they are aligning on top of each other, pressing the back of that thigh into the hands and hinging forward. So again, you want to keep an eye out on things. You want to feel that outer right buttocks cheek drawing in and that right kneecap lifting. And we're just folding forward. You're going to have that left hip sticking out. You have that outer left buttocks cheek tucking in, that left hip dropping down in line with the right. And we're lifting through that right kneecap. Breathe deeply, everybody. Full body breaths. Soften that area where you're feeling that tension, that binding. So scan the body, feel where is it that is really caught up and bound. See if you can soften that area. Coming up. So let's reach the palms together, lift that right kneecap up. So this is the action, to lift the kneecap. It sounds like a crazy cue, but it's where everything is coming from. So that one day we can just, try and press your palms together. So the more you press your palms together, the more you have to use that leg. And we want to feel that kneecap and outer buttocks cheek drawing in and back. Press the palms together, drop the shoulders, and see if you can lift your elbows to your hands without lifting the shoulders. Tuck, 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 tuck. Lift that right kneecap. Let's take the arms out. Just push. Push, drop your shoulders, make those arms as strong as you can. So flex through those palms, open, spread those fingers. Push and drop, tuck and get tall. Tuck, 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 tuck. Let's turn the palms up. Drop the shoulders even further. Stretch through the fingertips. So take those thumbs back. Take those thumbs back. One more time. Just reach the arms up. Press the palms together. See if you can lift that foot. That's it. Good job, guys. And let's take that left foot. Use the arm for balance if you need to. And then let's reach the arms up. So point that left knee, drop that left hip down, tuck it in and under without bringing your pelvis forward. How you doing, sweet thing? Okay, we're going to come and sit in the chair here in a moment. Okay. Let's bring that left knee forward and straighten. Release. So, okay. Okay. You all right? I'm good. You sure? Yeah. So, it's funny. I heard there's a guy in Florida. He's very famous. He's called the muscle repair guy or something. But a lot of people, including me and all my friends, who do any serious exercise, you're going to feel that tension in the calves. So just come and sit in your happy chair. And you see I'm sliding right back. And I'm taking my feet to the inside the chair, pressing my feet. This is what keeps the knees nice and healthy. So sliding back, let's just roll forward. And see if you can grab the bum. If not, no worries. And then let's take our happy blanket with the creases, the edges facing inwards. So make sure that bolster isn't right against the wall, sweet thing. Keep yourself within 4 inches, especially if your hamstrings and calves are super tight. And if you find that this aggravates your calves, we're just going to bring your legs up onto a chair, okay? We'll see how you go. And these things happen all the time. These things happen to me in a class, in a workshop. We have the back of the room, we call it the hospital, because, it's long days that are very intense, and a lot of people have been practicing enough and they run into trouble. Okay, so how do you get into the big round? You come and sit sideways, you gooch and scooch both of our buttocks cheeks to the wall, and then take your shoulder down. Shoulders down, legs up, and the buttocks should be right to the wall, and the legs are streaming and tracking up the wall, and just open your arms. So if anybody's not comfortable, take a blanket underneath your head, or even a block if you wanted to. If you had a foam block, you didn't have a blanket. So if you needed to open well. Flexing your right foot. We can feel in a pose like this how not only the hip but the groin is also really tight. So let's straighten that left leg and just bring that right leg back to meet the left. And let's take the left ankle on top of the right thigh and bend your right knee. So flex that left foot, lengthening through the Achilles of this left heel. Straighten that right leg. Take your left leg back to meet your right. And now let's take the right leg towards us and just walk your hands towards your right heel. Trying to draw your shin towards your forehead. Pulling your right hip towards the wall. Lifting through that kneecap if you can. Lengthen through that right Achilles, we make that leg longer and longer. Let's release that right leg and take your left leg towards you and just walk your hands again up that left leg towards the heel. Do your best to keep that leg straight by lifting and pulling up through that left kneecap, reaching and lengthening through that left Achilles, making that left leg longer and longer as we pull that left hip in towards the wall. Everybody. Just release that left leg. Let your arms fall to the sides. And just let those hips drop down behind the back of the bolster for a moment. And let's bend the knees. We're going to come over just to the right for a moment and position our chair. And we're taking our legs on top of the chair this time. And we've got the plank right where it needs to be. And this will be our final resting pose, Shavasana. We let the entire chair support right up to the back of the knee. So we don't want the legs half on. We want completely supported. And just let your knees fall out, feet together. And tuck your shoulder blades in and under. Make sure that blanket is touching the bottom of your shoulders, the top of your shoulders. close. Let your eyes fall back and down. Just softening now through the innermost corner of the eyes. Let's soften now through the innermost corner of the ears. This is where tension begins in the body. So again, soften that innermost ear area. Softening your facial muscles, where your cheeks and lips reside. Letting your arms be heavy. Feel the shoulders dropping down into the earth. Let your upper body drop down into the earth. Feel your buttocks and legs get heavy. Softening your toes. And just feel this sense of hovering now above the surface, light and easy, just hovering above the surface of the earth. Let your mind be still. Let your mind and your body be still. Slowly start to move the fingers and toes. And just deepen the breath now, bringing life back into the body, into the soul. And then let's lift the legs and gently draw the thighs into the chest. And just move your chair, just push your chair right. And just rock from side to side, releasing through your back and hips. Rock, rock, rock. Over to one side, let's make our way up into an easy seated position. So just come and sit on your bolster. That went far too fast for my liking. So just reach your arms up. Feel the length. You work so hard to create. Feel the size of the body. Feel the openness of the body, the openness of the heart as you bring your hands into prayer. Just close your eyes for a moment and just take a moment to thank yourself for the effort that you gave, the genuine effort that you gave to your this. And let me thank you for allowing me to guide you. Namaste, everybody.
Namaste, sister. Thank you.
All right, good job, you guys. So very basic moves, really, but very challenging. I'm aware of that.